Good evening everyone. Welcome to physics chemistry class of class 6. As we have discussed already before the content, we will go for the concept, right? Okay. The first question is, explain sieving. Is it good practice to sieve flour before consuming it? Why? Do you know what is sieving? A round thing which has holes in it where we can sieve flour to make rotis, all those things. They will sieve the flour, right? Why they will be sieving the flour? Why? Because whatever the harder substance or big substance are there, it will be in the sieve and small substance will be falling down. Okay. So is it good for health to sieve the flour before making roti or whatever things? We will be sieving flour, right? Is it good or not? Why it is good? If they are having any impurities, it is good. But if you see what happens, whatever the bark is nothing but here the outer layer of the seeds are there, no? The outer layer of the grains will be there, no? That will be also mixed in that. Okay, some hard substances are also there in that. So that gives us protein and starch. Okay, if you remove that from the flour, what happens? Once you do pure flour, sievage, okay, on the outer layer without any insects or all those things, you will see small harder substance, lighter substance, and which will be big. Okay, that substance is called as there is called as husk of the grains. Okay, outer layer of the, not husk, outer layer of the grain. That is also useful. Okay, that gives us protein as well as starch. So sieving is not good if the flour is good, but the flour is not good, it is good. Next, what is the importance of evaporation? Where is this technique used on large scale? What is evaporation? The process of changing what? Water to water vapor, right? That means liquid to gas is called as evaporation. Where do we do this? Mainly to obtain salt, right? Yes, evaporation is nothing but the change of liquid to gas is called as evaporation. And where do we use this process? During the preparation of salt near the sea. Okay, on the banks of sea we see coast areas, they will be separating salt from the water. How they will separate the water from the sea salt from the sea water? They just bring some of the sea water and they just dry it for some days. Why they are dry? Why? Because due to sun's heat, whatever the water there in those areas will be evaporating, and what will be left down? Salt. Rocky hot substance is left. That means water is evaporated and salt is left. It is just due to what process? Evaporation. Next, which methods are useful for separating the following mixtures? Sand and husk. How can we separate sand and husk? What is husk? What is husk? What is husk? What is winnowing? The removal of husk from grains is called as winnowing. Whatever the grains are there, they will be having some outer layer. Okay. See, when you are eating rice or something, eating rice, sometimes you will be seeing brown color one. Same like rice itself, it will be having white color coating or white color cover like substance. Okay. If you remove that brown color, we can see a white rice there. Okay. What is a brown color one? It is called as husk. Okay. So here sand as well as husk both are mixed. How will you separate them? You have this much of sand and this much of, so much of husk. How you will separate? No. Simply, what is winnowing? The separation of grains from husk, no? Husk is lightweight and grains are more. They are heavier, right? So if you throw from up, what happens? All the sand falls front and husk bags are at different place. It's due to air. What happens? All the lighter substance will be falling aside. So which is lighter here, sand or husk? Husk is light when compared to the sand. So sand falls down and husk falls little away. Next, how can we separate water and petrol?
By evaporation.
Water and petrol. We have already learned about that separating funnel. Okay, separating funnel is nothing but it will be in this way. It will be having a cap here. It has a nozzle here. Okay, clear? So if you drop both water and petrol, water will not mix in oil, oil will not mix in water, no. So here what happens, as water is heavier than petrol, water will come, all the water will come down and petrol will be up. Okay, heavier objects will come down and lighter objects will stay up. Yes or not? Which are having heavy they will come down, which are having light they will be staying on the heavy top. So here water will be here now, as water is heavier than petrol. So water will be up to here and petrol will be here. Though we pour continuously, it separates them as they cannot be mixed. Okay. Now if you remove this nozzle, what happens? What will fall down?
Water.
Both will fall. But water petrol will fall or petrol will fall?
Water.
Only water will be falling. Why? Because down all the water is there, no? So water will be falling down. Here and till it comes near petrol, if we stop. If we stop this separator, it will be stopped. Flow will be stopped. Okay, that means we can separate water as well as we can separate petrol by using this separating funnel. Instead of that, what is the one more process we can do? One more process. Heavy particles settle down, lighter particles will be floating up. Which process? Sedimentation, decantation. Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Sedimentation and decantation. Where we mix sand and water. Yes or not? Sand will be coming down, water will be moving, floating on the sand. That means heavy particles come down. Okay. That means if you put water and petrol in the glass, what happens? All the water goes down and petrol comes up. So that you can easily separate from one glass to another glass by using sedimentation and decantation also. Next, mixture of rice and salt. How can we separate? Mixture of rice and salt. Salt will be small, rice will be big. How can you separate?
And pouring water in a bowl and
Sieving. Sieving. By sieving, what happens? If you take a sieving little bit big holes, what happens? If you sieve it, salt will be falling down, and what will be in the sieve? Rice. Okay. How to separate wheat, sugar, and stal? What is stal? What is stal? So if this is a paddy, okay, do you know paddy? These are the paddy plants. Wheat, from where we get rice? From paddy, right? So paddy will be in this way for the plant. Okay, this part is called as stal. From where we get wheat. Okay, so this part is called as stalk. Okay, grains are separated by stalking. They will beat down, no? Yes or not? It is called as threshing, right? There the grains are separated from the stalk. Okay, so first what we have to do for separating stalk should we do? We know it. First of all, to separate stalk, we have to thresh it. That means beat down. Then we have to collect the wheat. And in that wheat, what is there? What is there? Sugar. Again, wheat and sugar can be again sieve. Okay. Sugar particles will be coming down, wheat will be on the sieve. Next, is it possible to separate sugar mixed with wheat flour? Can we separate sugar mixed with wheat flour? Sieving. Sugar is big. Flour is also, sugar and flour are also same size, no? If we sieve, what happens? Both will fall down. But which has less weight? Flour, if we pour from up, what happens? It's spread all room, no? Then what we can do? So here, first what we have to do, we have the mixture of flour as well as sugar. So this is a mixture of flour and sugar, no? So what we have to do is we have to put water in this. We have to mix it. So what happens then? Sugar will dissolve in the water. Okay. And what we can see there? We can see only flour, right? So now how to separate this flour from sugar water? By what? By sieve. Sedimentation means all the heavy particles will come down, whereas flour mixes up with the water, no? Huh? Do you know filtration? Filter paper, do you know? Round one will be there. Where unsoluble solid particles are removed. This wheat is not soluble in the water, no? This flour. So what they have did? This solution is there, no? So they have took a funnel. You can take a funnel, keep a filter paper there. So what happens if you pour here? All the flour will be only on the where? Filter paper. And sugar water will be in the glass jar. Okay. So you have separated flour and the sugar water, no? But we want only sugar. How can we do? That is nothing but we will be heating it so that water evaporates and only sugar will be left in the bowl. So we have got sugar as well as flour. Flour is separated by filter paper. If you mix in the water, then flour and sugar solution will be separated. Afterwards, some preparation from filtration, what we have obtained? Sugar water. Again, this sugar water is heated. We can see after water is evaporated, we can see the sugar crystals on the bowl. Next. In villages, milk or curd is churned to separate the butter by using a device. Can you explain this technique in a scientific manner? This method of separation is known as centrifugation. It is used for separating particles suspended in the milk. When the mixture is rotated at a high speed, the lighter particles collect with the center and float at top. The denser particles move outwards and settle at the bottom. So here do you know churning? Churning. Do you know how ghee is made from a butter? How butter is collected? What is the process called? This one you will do, no? What is the process called as? Churning. Churning, okay? The process is called as churning and the thing is called as churner. Okay? And the process is named as centrifugation. Centrifugation. Okay? So when we are churning the curd, what happens? The butter will be thrown away. Okay, and whatever the lighter particles are, that is lighter particle butter is at the middle and the heavier particles are thrown away. Okay, after churning the curd, what they will get? They will take butter from the top, no? The butter is taken and it is heated. So we will get the ghee. Clear? Understand how we are getting ghee? By the process of centrifugation. If we churn the butter, what happens? If we churn the curd, what happens? The lighter particles will be at the middle to the churner and the lighter particles will be scattered around. Clear? Why is water sprinkled on a dusty street before sweeping? Dusty sweep.
Because to not get more smoke.
See, dust will have lighter particles. Dust has a particles are very lightweight. If you just put your leg on the mud or dust particles, what happens? They raise. Instead of that, just put water on it and keep your leg. Will it raise?
No.
Why?
Because
As they mix with the water falls from it, weight increases. Okay, as it weight increases, it becomes heavier and it becomes heavier. It could not lift up. See, in the ground also, when you are coming to school, you can see all the dust. Okay. But when the water is sprinkled on the ground, you cannot see any dust there. Why? Because the water makes dust particles heavier and make them settle down itself. Next. Classify the following into elements, compounds and mixtures. What are elements? What are compounds? Elements means which are made only by a single atom, same atom. Okay. So if bottle is made by a plastic, the plastic is an element. Okay. Whereas this bench is made up of wood, iron. Yes or not? It is made up of two elements. So it is called as compound. Element type compound. Element means only made up of one type of atoms. Okay. Atom is very small, minute particles which cannot be seen with the eye. We can see only under microscope. Understood? Element means made up of only one kind of atoms. Compound means it is made up of different kind of atoms. Okay. Now, so here they have given some substance. Sodium. Elements. What are the elements? Let us see. The elements are treated as building blocks of the universe. So here example are sodium is a chemical, that is a atom. So it is always a element. Next, sugar solution, element or compound. Sugar solution is element or compound. Sugar solution is element or compound. Sugar is mixed with what? Compound. Sugar we have added, water we have added. No, two elements. Silver, one element. Calcium carbonate. It is made up of two, calcium and carbon. So it is compound. Blood. It is made up of hemoglobin, plasma, all those things. So it is also a compound. Coal. Carbon. Okay. Air. Carbon. Okay. And what is the mixture here? It is a substance containing two or more substances in each. Okay. Here we have got carbon dioxide contains carbon as well as oxygen. No, so it is considered as a carbon compound. Okay. Whereas calcium carbonate, it contains calcium as well as carbon. So it is a compound. It contains two elements. And mixture means what? Just like coal, it contains more number of substance in it. Coal contains what? Carbon it contains. Okay. It contains even dust. It contains sulfur also. It contains oxygen in it also. Okay. So this all will be present in the coal. Coal is considered as a mixture. Air is also a mixture, compound or element.
Compound, because it has various.
But it has not elements. No, it has substances. Different gases it is having. Okay. So it is a mixture. Sugar solution is a mixture. Why? Because sugar
Plus
water contains number of elements again there. Water itself first is a compound. Then that compound is mixed with one of the elements. The both of them use mixture. Next. Name the components in the following mixtures.